So I'm out having dinner with my girl, and I want y'all to just notice something. There's women, all eating there. Women, all eating there. Women. And let's not forget right there too, because they're everywhere. Oh my god. I don't normally go out, but when I do, I go out with my girls, and I am seeing something, a trend. Girls are all going out with their girlfriends. There's not like one date.
So what's the problem? This is the false assumption that men aren't dating. That because some man is not there to pay for your meal in some restaurant, that if he took you out there, he'd probably drop a bill, maybe two. That this is the idea that men aren't dating. I don't think so. I think this is the demonstration that men are being choosy. That men are not just out here freely throwing away their money for dates that don't actually matter. And you seem hurt by this. What happened to I don't need a man? I'm the independent woman who can pay for my own meals. And I guarantee you, they went Dutch on that meal, her and her girlfriends. But what happened to all of that? That you don't need a man. Why are you now looking for a man? You see, men are being choosy now. And I raised my son to be choosy as well. My daughters as well. But we're talking just about men on this one. But I've raised my son to be choosy. That you don't, on a first date, take a woman out to a place where you're going to spend $100, $200. That is inappropriate for a first date. Because what do you know of this woman on this first date? What has she demonstrated to you that she deserves to be taken to a place like this? Now, she may ultimately deserve to be taken to a place where you spend $100, $200. But how do you know that until you first spend some quality time with her? How do you know that until you first develop some type of relationship with her? You see, every woman may deserve that, but every woman is not going to get that on the first date. Who the hell do you think you are that you deserve that on the first date? You see, I remember being stupid like that. I remember, and tell you a quick story. So when I got divorced from my children's mother, I was around 36, 37 years old. First time dating in the adult world, as I had gotten married at 19 years old, had never dated outside of being in high school. So now I'm dating in the outside world. Now, while I was married, it was no big deal for me and my wife to go and somewhere and spend $100, $200. Hell, she was my wife. She deserved it. But when I first started dating, I thought that's a norm. That's what you're supposed to do. So if you're in the Atlanta area, you will recognize some of the names, but it was, oh, let's go to Nobu. Oh, let's go to Capitol Grill. Oh, let's go to Legal Seafood. Oh, let's go to Atlantic Seafood. I don't mind spending $100, $180, $200 on this first date, because that's what I was doing beforehand with the woman who was the mother of my children. But now that I'm dating, this is what I thought you still should do. That the man had to go and impress the woman, demonstrate that he has the financial capabilities of doing such. And then after about 2 to 3 months into dating, when I wondered why my savings wasn't growing anymore, why my expenses were a hell of a lot more than what they were even when I was married, I recognized that I was spending way too much money on these first dates with women that I may have seen for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or a month. And I don't see them anymore. They're not part of my life anymore. But yet here I am, have went out on these dates consistently, and I've spent hundreds of dollars. For what? For someone who's now off with someone else, gallivanting, having the time of their life? No, this was reckless and irresponsible. Those type of expenses are meant for someone who is trying to have a long-term relationship with me. Those expenses are not meant for the casual date. And as a matter of fact, I changed after that. First date, you want to meet with me? I'll see you at Starbucks. You got a problem with that? You shouldn't be with me anyway. Second date, we might go to a little bit better restaurant. We might go to Chili's, Applebee's, get a 2 for $2. third date, fourth date, fifth date, maybe if we spent about 3 months together, now you might get a little Capital Grill, a little Roof Chris. Now you might get a little illegal seafood if you like that kind of stuff. But not on the first date. Not after you've only demonstrated to me that you're just out here having a good time. Hell, I want to have a good time too. But what I'm not doing is spending and wasting my expenses on you. And for those who then get into a relationship, when we start to come together, when we're looking to build something together, on this back deck right here with the sun setting, my wife and I can have a gourmet meal because she's a gourmet chef. You can come over to my house while we're dating, and after we've established some type of monogamy, I will cook a candlelight dinner for you. You see, once we're together and we're trying to build something, we're not just wastefully, freely going out here and just spending our money. We're not just wastefully saying that, oh, we're going to go to Maggiano's just because on every weekend we got to go out to some restaurant where we're going to spend $100. Because no, we're trying to build something together. And that is what I've taught my son. That you make those restaurants special occasions. You make those restaurants outside of the norm. Because until your finances are such that those can be the norm, you make those outside of the norm. You don't make those the norm for every Sally, Jesse, and Gertrude who comes around. Those are special places that you take someone who has shown you a return on your investment. You see, the greatest investments start out small. And then as they start to have compounding interest, then they grow larger and larger. You see, you don't deserve my dumb ass, after only dating a girl for about a month, yeah, after only dating her for about a month, oh, let's take a weekend trip together. Let's go stay at this hotel that I particularly like, where I know during the week, the rooms are about $290, but on the weekend, the rooms are roughly about $400 a night. Oh, let's go down there. Mm-hmm. Let's go down in the casino. Here go a couple of bills. My dumb ass went and did that. My dumb ass regretted it because a month later, she decided that she wanted to have some extracurricular activities outside of our relationship. Never again. Never happened again. The next time I took a woman out of town, we had already been together for about 7-8 months before we went out of town. We had already been looking at becoming a husband and wife. Now it's going to take time for you to get that. You have to earn that. And so for this young lady to think that men aren't dating, no, men are being smart. This young lady to think that there are no couples out there on a date, those couples are being smart. And you should want a man who is going to be smart about his finances and not just give them out to every little woman that he takes out on a first date. You actually should be offended when you see a man who on a first date, unless his finances make that place normal, but a man on a first date who takes you to places like that, you have to recognize with yourself, he took every other first date to the same type place. So you are not special, that he is irresponsible with his money. So you are not someone he's planning to have a life with. That he does not recognize value. Because if he'll take any woman to Nobu, you're any woman. If he'll take any woman to Capital Grill, you're any woman. If he'll take any woman on a weekend trip, you're any woman. So let me ask you ladies the question. Are you just any woman? So y'all have a great day. And always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibration.